Is your shed bursting at the seams? Overfilled like the closets? Yes, the wonderful garage or shed that seems to accumulate a lot of clutter. So how full is your shed? It's a beautiful day. I'm about a month and a half away from garage sale day. Is it time to clean up the shed? Let's see. After reading Marie Kondo's The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, I knew that the solution wasn't to buy 5 more sheds or build a garage. I knew I had to declutter, go through everything, and actually make decisions on what really made me happy and what no longer served me. I enjoyed a wonderful day of cleaning up my shed before yard sale day, so I had incentive to clean out the shed, not only because it was full of crap, but because I was going to sell whatever I didn't need. And when I moved here, I was so excited to have a shed, and I promptly filled it. I filled it up with everything I had real quick. There's a few things still here from previous owners, but I filled it. And as you can see, by filled it, I mean just stuffing everything in when I moved in and adding more and more and more and more yet. Every time I needed something, I just kind of rifled through and grabbed what I needed and put more stuff in chaos as I went. I did kind of have some subcategories like the planting seeds, all that sort of stuff on this side. I had garden tools on the left, I had my bicycles. I did make some use of the storage ideas for hanging my cords and my garden hose. But as that first and second year came along, I was adding more and more. More stuff, more chaos, more confusion, and more mess. And then I was even given free stuff, which was just awesome. I ran out of space in the shed, so things started piling up behind the shed. And then in spring, I started more projects, and things kind of started cluttering up around the house. Being super busy meant I didn't really finish projects. And the not so fantastic part was that not everything was in the shed and on the yard. I had a basement full of stuff too. Everywhere. So on a wonderful hot day, I started emptying out the contents of the shed onto my yard. And thus started the joke of Simon Says, clean up, get rid of junk, clean up your crap. Yes, Simon is the kitty who enjoyed watching me clean up my stuff, but eventually even he had to walk away because it was just too much. It took me quite a few hours just to empty everything out onto the lawn. I did kind of put things into categories of keep, sell, as well as garden stuff, yard stuff, house projects, plants and seeds. I really had a hard time seeing and believing how much was really in my shed. And it was even more surprising to realize how much I just didn't need. So I concentrated on just the decluttering. I didn't worry about organizing it, making it perfect. Anything I wasn't sure of, I still did keep. But I decluttered over a third of the contents. And I did add some of the things from the basement and the yard that needed to go into it as well. I actually found a lot of things that I'd kind of forgotten about or that I knew I had but never used. So I finally used them. I finally made use of all those seeds and bulbs, used the planters, I picked my favorites, and did the garden tools. I went through them and picked out what I liked, what worked, and what was kind of junk. You know, if I had multiples, then I picked the best, 1 or 2, instead of keeping 5. What really makes sense? Maybe I'll just have a couple extra just in case, or maybe I'll just keep a few because you never know. It means I'm tripping over it and it's in my way and it annoys me and it frustrates me. We don't like that feeling and it's time to get rid of that feeling. Declutter the frustration. It actually functions better and I know what I have. I can find it, I can use it. I'm not all frustrated every time I open those doors or even just think about it. And that's a big difference. So I did sell 2 out of 3 bicycles because I'm only one person needing 1 bicycle at a time. Hey, guess what? The squirrels made it a home for the winter. That was not what I wanted. I think we're gonna have to fix that. So as you look at it today, it still has a lot of stuff. I'll admit it. It's got a lot going on. I purchased a step ladder since then. Purchased a few more things, of course, but I purged a boatload. Now I know it's not perfectly organized yet, and I don't know if it ever will be. I may have to do a second round of decluttering. It does function better for me now, and half my problem is just maybe it's time for me to declutter the bad habit of just shoving things in there. So as I go through this process of decluttering the Konmari method, I am learning more about myself and my bad habits, but I'm also learning to let go, get in touch with who I want to be and what I want to be doing, and let go of the guilt and the bad feelings of what I haven't accomplished, what I haven't managed, what I can't do, and paying attention to what I can do and the changes that I can make that will help me have a better day. Even just decluttering what you know can go, and then the stuff you're not sure of, giving yourself a little bit of time to get used to the changes and facing your fears, facing your self-doubt and your issues. Give yourself the space and the time necessary. Don't go into it hating on yourself. Don't go into it thinking you're gonna do it all in one day, or that you're going to be perfect right from the start, or that you have to be perfect at any point. Letting go of all of those negatives and just concentrating on what's going to work from now on. Being okay with if you don't get it perfect, and being okay with the fact that you've made mistakes and that changes have to be made. I think I will end up doing another video on the purging the shed contents. It obviously needs it. And then as time goes on, you still have to keep in mind what you're using and letting go of things and changes that you make, and changes in your lifestyle that happen by choice or by just necessity. And it's okay to not be perfect. Remember that. And I have to remember that. Even if I'm not going to get it perfect right now, doesn't mean I can't start. Doesn't mean I can't make some small changes or big changes. I can make a big difference just by going through it and starting. It's really about just giving yourself a fresh start and to try again, because you're worth it. So give it a try. See how much you can declutter.